Are there truly no good singles out there? Or is it an opinion formed from a lethal combination of pessimism, unrealistic expectations, and a lack of dating know-how? Well, luckily for singles, I, the dating advice girl, am here to help. I'm a single guy, and I sometimes have a hard time telling if a girl is interested in me. Don't we all? You might be interesting to us, and we might want to hang out with you because you're interesting, but it doesn't necessarily mean we want a relationship or want to sleep with you. Your date can smell your dislike for dating a mile away. It might be time to change your attitude. There's like some fundamental rules of dating, and one of those is if someone is not getting back to you, they're not interested. There is no need to become a stalker. Dating's all about respect. You got to respect people. Even if it doesn't work out, you respect them, everything's fine and no one's hurt, you know? Everyone moves on from things. It's when there's no respect and the ego's involved, you know, that's when things get crazy. 2 calls or 2 days is the maximum you should wait to hear back from somebody. And if they aren't responding to you before then, they're not interested in you. Don't date someone just because they have potential. Make sure they are doing things to turn that potential into a successful future. I mean, you want to believe that they're going to follow through with what they're saying they're going to do, or, you know, they really are going to reach for the stars and grab them and take them and put them in their pocket and be something amazing. But, you know, in reality, don't go out with somebody who is the partier if you want a relationship, because you're probably going to get your heart broken, you know. I mean, someone could be smiling in your face and saying, yeah, I really like you a lot. Meanwhile, their eyes are saying, oh my God, I hate you so much. Listen to your intuition, because your intuition is almost always, if not always, correct. People who don't take a hint and call or text you repeatedly without a response. Okay, let's get into it. It's so funny how, like, guys seriously take themselves out of the running by just having bad manners. So many times girls are willing to do things that you want us to do, but you blow it because you're not necessarily a gentleman or have any sort of etiquette. Be aware that Valentine's Day, it's not a big deal, but really it kind of is, okay? No one wants to hear about the competition. No guy or girl is going to want to hear about your ex-guy or girl that you were with that broke your heart because they were so amazing and they, like, you know, no one wants to hear that. The grass is always greener, and you might look at a certain couple and think, wow, that guy's lucky, that girl's gorgeous, but she might be a nightmare. We just kind of like file people in certain categories, and when you hook up with someone early, or if you don't, you're going to be placed in a certain category. Generally speaking, everybody. In a perfect world, it does seem like I wouldn't need to bring up talking about the fact that you have gout, or that you have a third nipple. So all across the board, avoid the wedding talk, avoid the biological clock baby talk, and avoid the medical history, of course. Please, if even if you have to talk about your dream wedding, let's just try to avoid the medical history. Okay. So we're here with a big, young, fabulous group of singles. Yes, single? Oh. No. Oh. So dating your boss, that's very interesting. I would usually advise against that, but so would I. Who would have thought that dating in the workplace actually works sometimes? I love that. Dating in general, what do you think are the most frustrating things that happen?
I think just the instant disappointment, you know? You think like you can make a connection with somebody and like you kind of feel that, and then all of a sudden they just completely let you down.
Oh no, that's so sad. What about you?
Just maybe getting on a date and they're talking too much more about themselves, extra conceited, and I'm like, okay, I'm on a date, you know? You're not even asking me about myself.
I'm ready here. You don't have to sell yourself. Yeah.
I say that all the time, that I feel like guys totally do themselves in a lot of times because they just either don't do anything or they try to, like you said, oversell the whole thing.
Like the first date, it doesn't have to be like something ritzy, but just like plan, like have an idea of what you want to do. So it feels like, you know, there's some effort put in.
Have you been on a date recently?
Yes.
Okay. What made it a good date for you?
It was relaxed. He wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't expecting anything.
So what I'm hearing is nobody had unreasonable expectations, because a lot of times people, when they date, they're like, this is the one on one date, and it's like, that's crazy. What would you say is one of the hardest things about dating in LA?
Honestly, trying not to have sex on the first date.
Oh, look at that.
that?
We like a challenge, you know? So give us a little something to look forward to, at least for the second or third date.
See, look at that right there. I got nothing. That is my advice. That would be my advice. That's awesome.
And that's it. Thank you.
I'm sure you guys probably have noticed at this point that my hair changes quite often. Black girls might know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about wigs, everybody. As long as you remember the face, you won't get confused. Okay. On that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a second. Stay tuned, everybody.